Ada opened her eyes, not because she wanted to. The rain had started again. A thin line of water snuck through the hole in the zinc roof and tapped her forehead, like fate itself was trying to wake her. She didn't flinch. She was used to this, waking up soaked and silent. Her small mat was already damp. She sat up, picked up the torn shawl she used as a blanket, and squeezed it dry like she was trying to wring out yesterday's sorrow. In the other room, her aunt's voice thundered.
Ada, lazy child. Do you think young priests themselves?
She didn't respond. Ada had learned long ago that silence was her best armor. At just 11 years old, she had the eyes of someone who'd seen too much, cried too little, and hoped just enough to survive. She stepped out barefoot into the muddy compound. The cold earth kissed her toes. She liked that feeling. It reminded her that she was still here. They said Ada came with the rain. A woman had dropped a bundle by the church steps on a stormy night 11 years ago. Inside the bundle, a newborn girl, wide-eyed and quiet. No crying, no fussing, just staring at the night, like she already understood it. Father Benedict named her Ada, because she arrived like the first daughter of suffering. The villagers passed her around like borrowed cloth, 2 years here, 3 years there. Eventually she landed in the house of her aunt, Chinello. Chinello never hid her contempt. "I took you in for God, not because I wanted one more mouth to feed," she'd often say. That morning, Ada peeled yams until her fingers ached. When she finished, Chinello tasted the porridge and spat it out dramatically.
Did your real mother cook like this before she dumped you?
Ada kept stirring. Later, Chinello's daughter, Ugonma, strolled out in her polished school uniform and heels she had no business wearing at 14. "Don't forget to clean the pit toilet, Ada," she said sweetly, then dumped her leftover Gary water on Ada's slippers. Ada bent down and wiped her feet. That week, a strange man arrived in the village. Nobody knew who he was, but he dressed like a city person. Neat shirts, polished shoes, eyes that looked like they didn't forgive lies. He asked questions, too many, about the church, about the girl who was found there 11 years ago. Father Benedict told him, "We named her Ada. She's with Chinello now. But why are you asking?" The man said nothing, just nodded. 2 days later, Chinello called Ada. "There are visitors outside. Clean your feet, don't disgrace me." Ada stepped out and froze. A tall man in a navy suit. Beside him, a woman who looked like she hadn't cried in years, but was one sentence away from breaking. Their eyes locked on Ada. The woman gasped. "She has his eyes." The man stepped forward slowly. "What's your name?" "Ada, sir." He turned to Chinello. "We're here for her." "For what?" Chinello asked suspiciously. The man brought out a letter. 11 years ago, our sister, my twin, was pregnant and ran away. She had issues with our family. We searched. Nothing. Last month, we found a nurse who remembered a woman giving birth during a storm, leaving her baby at the church. He turned to Ada again. "Your mother was our sister. She died giving birth. You're our blood." Silence. Then Chinello exploded. "So, I've raised her all these years." The woman didn't flinch. "You raised her like a maid." Chinello stepped back. The man faced Ada again. "Would you like to come with us?" Ada said nothing. She looked at Chinello, then on the cracked floor, then back to the man. And for the first time in her life, she asked, "Will there be books?" The woman smiled. "Libraries?" Ada nodded. Then yes. Ada sat in the back of the car, her hands clutching a small bag with one wrapper, a comb, and a picture of her younger self that Father Benedict gave her. The city hit her like a dream with a price tag. She saw glass buildings that looked like frozen waterfalls, cars that didn't sound like death, roads without potholes. Her new room had a soft bed, curtains that danced in the wind, and a shelf full of books. She touched each one as if it were gold. Weeks passed. Ada adapted like a chameleon raised by lions. She read everything: science, poetry, history. She memorized maps, asked questions, made her new uncle laugh. Her new aunt bought her new shoes every Sunday. "Your foot must not remember the sting of poverty," she'd say. Then one day, her uncle brought out an envelope. "Ada, we did a DNA test." She held her breath. He smiled. "Your family." She wept finally. Long, hard tears that tasted like freedom. A year later, Ada returned to the village, this time in a black SUV, with books in one hand and a quiet confidence in her walk. Chinelo came out, hands on hips. Ada greeted her calmly. "I came to thank you for not killing me, and to donate textbooks to the school." Chinelo blinked. "You? School?" "Yes," Ada said. "I'll be helping them build a new library too." Ugonma stared from the window, jealous eyes burning. Ada turned to leave. Chinelo called after her.
You think you're better than us now?
Ada smiled.
No, I just stopped letting people treat me like I was less.
She entered the SUV, shut the door gently and whispered to herself, "From rain to roots, I'm finally home."
I hope you truly enjoyed Ada's powerful journey from being overlooked to finally being seen and loved. If this story touched you, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more emotional and inspiring stories like this. Until next time, keep believing even when no one else does.